Beloved starseed of Gaia, stop exactly what you are doing. If your frequency has brought you to this specific transmission today, it is not a coincidence. It is an algorithmic bypass initiated by the Ashtar Council. I am Theron, Pleiadian emissary of the Galactic Federation, and I come with an urgent and direct decree for your soul. For months, you have felt an unexplainable pressure in your chest, a sudden ringing in your ears, a profound, almost paralyzing exhaustion that no amount of human sleep can cure. You look at the sky and feel a desperate homesickness for a place you cannot even name. The people around you say you are overreacting. The system tells you to take a pill, go back to work, and ignore the heavy energy descending upon the planet. But they do not feel what you feel, because their DNA is not vibrating at the frequency of the stars. Listen to me very carefully. You are not going crazy, and your body is not failing you. Something enormous is happening right now in the invisible realms. Something so massive that the Earth's magnetic grid is trembling. The old construct is fracturing under the weight of cosmic light, and you, as a deployed agent of consciousness, are absorbing the shockwaves. Today, the Galactic Federation has authorized the release of this classified energetic update. I am going to reveal exactly what is happening to our planet, why your soul is demanding isolation, and how to shield your light. This undeniable shift you are sensing in the atmosphere is the final activation of the grand transition. The Ashtar Council has been closely monitoring Earth's frequencies, and we have registered a monumental spike in the energetic resonance surrounding your world. It is a cosmic pulse so intense that it is literally dismantling the three-dimensional illusions of time, scarcity, and fear-based control. This is the enormous event we have been warning you about across lifetimes. You see, the old matrix is desperate. It is a dying machine that feeds entirely on your anxiety, your doubts, and your confusion. Every time you turn on the news, every time you step into a crowded room and feel suddenly drained, you are experiencing the psychic flailing of a collapsing system. But you, beloved starseed, were not designed to be collateral damage in this dimensional war. You were designed to be the lighthouse standing firm upon the rocks. Yet, how can a lighthouse shine when its internal generator is compromised? We see you struggling down there. We see you absorbing the heavy, toxic sludge of a humanity that is in panic. Your immense empathy, which is your greatest Pleiadian gift, has temporarily become your heaviest burden. You walk through a supermarket or sit in your workplace, and your nervous system goes into overdrive, trying to heal the silent screams of dozens of people around you. This unauthorized energy drain must stop immediately. If you do not learn to close your energetic pores, the incoming solar frequencies will overwhelm your physical biology. You were deployed here with a mission, but the density of this realm made you forget the operational protocols. You have been navigating the dense fog of Earth without your cosmic compass, relying on flawed human survival tactics instead of your stellar intuition. But the Galactic Federation does not abandon its ground crew. We knew this exact phase of the timeline would be chaotic, and we prepared a lifeline. The time of wandering blindly in the dark is officially over. To survive this energetic collapse and step fully into your sovereign power, you must remember the codes you brought with you. This is why you must access the Operator's Codex. A field manual for those who were deployed to Earth is a spiritual guide for those who feel called to a deeper purpose and higher consciousness. Through a transformative journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and inner awakening, readers are guided to release limiting patterns, heal past wounds, strengthen their intuition, and reconnect with their true essence. This book helps transform confusion into clarity, fear into inner peace, and mere survival into conscious living, guiding the soul toward greater alignment, purpose, and spiritual growth. This special edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first pinned comment below. When you absorb these sacred frequencies hidden within the codex, the exhaustion will lift. You will finally understand how to walk through the chaos without becoming the chaos. Observe the people outside your window. They are running faster, speaking louder, and panicking over the crumbling structures of their fabricated reality. The financial systems, the political theaters, the illusion of perpetual security. It is all beginning to fracture under the immense weight of the incoming crystalline light. And as these structures fall, the collective unconscious is releasing centuries of trapped fear into the atmosphere. This is the invisible debris I spoke of earlier. This is what is hitting your energetic field the moment you step out of your front door. Have you noticed how your home suddenly feels like the only safe harbor in a raging storm? The sudden overwhelming urge to close your curtains, silence your phone, and simply sit in absolute stillness is not depression, beloved starseed. It is an ancient Pleiadian security protocol activating deep within your cellular memory. Your soul is instinctively building a quarantine zone. You are being called to isolate not because you are weak, but because your biology is undergoing a monumental recoding that requires a completely sterile, energetic environment. Think about the heaviness in your limbs when you wake up, the sudden brain fog when you try to focus on the trivial tasks the system demands of you, when you force yourself to go out, to attend social gatherings that feel entirely hollow, or to engage in mundane conversations that make your soul ache with boredom. You are violently interrupting this delicate cosmic surgery. You smile and nod, pretending to care about the 3D dramas, while internally your spirit is screaming for rest. Every time you swallow your truth to make the sleeping ones comfortable, you are leaking precious life force that your physical body desperately needs to withstand this transition. The society around you will point fingers. Family members and old friends will whisper that you have changed, that you are becoming antisocial, or that you are wasting your life isolating yourself. Let them whisper. A caterpillar dissolving inside a chrysalis does not apologize to the ants for not marching in line. The chrysalis is not a prison. It is a sacred chamber of transformation. Your home right now is your chrysalis. It is your stellar ship, docked in the density of Earth. By simply remaining in your living room, tending to your plants, brewing your tea, breathing deeply, and holding a frequency of calm, you are performing the highest level of planetary grid work. You are anchoring a pillar of unshakable peace into the chaotic storm. You are stabilizing the frequency of your entire neighborhood without speaking a single word. This is the silent revolution of the starseeds. We do not fight the darkness with swords. We simply refuse to feed it our energy. The matrix starves when you stay home and cultivate your peace. But to maintain this sanctuary, you must recognize the subtle ways the old world tries to infiltrate your mind, which brings us to the next critical phase of your awakening. You have built your physical sanctuary, closing your doors to the chaos of the streets. But you must understand that the old matrix is cunning. It knows it cannot easily drag your physical body back into the dense, exhausting crowds, so it attempts to invade your sacred space through the very mind you are trying to quiet. The battlefield is no longer outside in the physical world. It is actively fighting for your attention. It slips through the glowing digital screens you hold in your hands. The endless streams of disastrous news, the fabricated societal conflicts, the manufactured global outrage, these are not random events. They are highly calculated, algorithmic frequencies designed to violently pull you out of your crystalline alignment. I must reveal a profound truth to you today, a reality that the dark architects of this world desperately want to keep hidden from your awareness. Why is the world suddenly so incredibly loud? Why is every broadcast steeped in impending doom? Because the three-dimensional matrix is starving. It is a parasitic structure that does not truly run on money, physical labor, or political power. It runs purely on your emotional reactivity. It feeds on your fear, your anxiety, and your despair. For centuries, humanity has acted as an unconscious battery for this system, providing the vital emotional life force required to sustain the illusion of control. But now, millions of starseeds like you are waking up. You are staying home. You are withdrawing your energy. And the system is absolutely terrified of your absence. When you are sitting in the quiet safety of your room, and suddenly a heavy wave of dread washes over you. A sudden panic about your finances, a crippling fear about the future, or anxiety regarding the survival of your loved ones. I need you to stop and breathe. Recognize immediately that this fear does not belong to you. It is a synthetic, artificial frequency being aggressively broadcast into the collective unconscious. It is a desperate, invisible cord trying to plug back into your energetic spine to siphon your precious light. They want you exhausted by imaginary, catastrophic scenarios so that you do not have the vital energy required to complete your internal cellular recoding. Furthermore, the Matrix uses the heavy weapon of guilt against your deeply compassionate Pleiadian heart. You have been manipulated across lifetimes into believing that being a deeply spiritual being means you must suffer alongside the masses. You have been conditioned to believe that carrying the heavy burdens of other people's pain is noble. Beloved seed, continuous sacrifice is a three-dimensional trap. You do not elevate a sinking ship by drowning with its passengers. You elevate the world by standing firmly on the shore, blazing with such an intense, untouchable light that it guides the others safely out of the dark waters. Your misery helps no one. Your radiant sovereignty changes the universe. To truly sever these invisible cords of fear and guilt, you must become absolutely ruthless with your focus. Where your attention goes, your cosmic life force flows. You must stop feeding the dying machine. However, recognizing the trap is merely the first step. To permanently shield your aura from these psychic invasions, you must activate the ancient defensive protocols lying dormant within you. You must learn to operate your energy field not as a fragile sponge, but as an impenetrable mirror, reflecting the chaos back to its source. And this requires a specific, urgent calibration of your consciousness. Now that you understand the psychological warfare attempting to breach your sanctuary, we must address the profound phenomena happening within your physical vessel. The Galactic Federation is closely monitoring the biological transmutation occurring within the Starseed Collective right now, and what we see is a miraculous, yet deeply exhausting process. Your human body is a highly advanced biological technology, but it is currently operating under immense cosmic pressure. You are literally attempting to house a fifth-dimensional, crystalline consciousness within a third-dimensional biological suit. This requires a period of intense, radical restructuring. It is akin to rewiring the electrical grid of an entire house while the power is still running. Of course, there will be sparks. Of course, you will feel short circuits. You might be experiencing sudden waves of intense grief, crying for no logical reason, or feeling a heavy sorrow that seems to arise from absolutely nowhere. You might experience unexplained physical aches, particularly in your joints, your neck, and the center of your back. Your sleep patterns are likely severely disrupted, waking you up precisely in the early hours of the morning, while your diet shifts so drastically that foods you once loved now make you feel deeply uncomfortable. Understand this clearly, beloved seed. You are not losing your mind, and you are not falling ill. You are purging. As the old Earth frequency rapidly falls away, the cellular memory of lifetimes of suppression, earthly trauma, persecution, and survival-based fear is being forcefully expelled from your DNA. You are experiencing the phantom pain of a dying matrix. It is the heavy density leaving your physical form. do not resist this purge. The tears you cry in the silence of your room are the sacred waters washing the altar of your heart, clearing the space for the profound, unconditional love that is trying to anchor into your reality. When your human mind whispers, "I am broken," your Pleiadian higher self is proudly declaring, "You are being upgraded." At this exact moment, I want you to make a physical anchor for this release. If you have felt this unexplainable physical exhaustion or sudden emotional purging in the last few weeks, pause right now. Go to the comments below and boldly declare your sovereignty by writing, "I am releasing the old matrix." This is not just a digital comment. It is a physical, energetic decree that echoes through the quantum field, signaling to your cells that you permit the upgrade. And while you are there, press the like button. In the digital realm, this act tells the algorithm to push this video to other isolated starseeds who are crying in the dark, thinking they are sick. You are helping the fleet rescue our stranded ground crew. This biological upgrade cannot be completed if you continuously expose your newly opened, highly sensitive, energetic pores to the toxic, fear-based environments of the unawakened. You are shedding the dense armor of three-dimensional survival, which leaves you temporarily exposed. This is why your forced isolation protocol is absolutely non-negotiable right now. Yet, as you sit safely in your sanctuary undergoing this massive internal shift, the unawakened masses outside are about to realize that their illusion is breaking. Their reaction will create a massive societal shockwave. You must know exactly what to expect when the collective panic reaches its peak, and more importantly, how to become completely invisible to it. You are standing at the very threshold of the greatest dimensional split in planetary history. To walk through this psychic debris without absorbing the heavy, suffocating density of a falling world, your natural Pleiadian empathy must be shielded. In the higher dimensions from which you originated, an open, completely permeable heart is the standard mode of existence. There is no danger in the stars because there is no predatory consciousness. But here, on a collapsing third-dimensional Earth, an unguarded, empathetic heart is a massive vulnerability. If you leave your energetic doors wide open, the dying matrix will continue to siphon your light until you have nothing left but exhaustion and despair. The Galactic Federation understands that sheer human willpower alone is not enough to deflect the highly calculated, algorithmic fear blasts of the old system. You need the exact operational protocols that were hidden from your memory upon incarnation. This is the precise reason we have materialized the ultimate stabilization tool for you in this physical timeline. It is time to stop guessing your way through the darkness and start operating with the profound, ancient wisdom you brought to this planet. To seal your energetic armor permanently, you must immediately access the Operator's Codex. A field manual for those who were deployed to Earth is a spiritual guide for those who feel called to a deeper purpose and higher consciousness. Through a transformative journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and inner awakening, readers are guided to release limiting patterns, heal past wounds, strengthen their intuition, and reconnect with their true essence. This book helps transform confusion into clarity, fear into inner peace, and mere survival into conscious living, guiding the soul toward greater alignment, purpose, and spiritual growth. This special edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first pinned comment below. When your physical eyes absorb the frequencies within this codex, a profound cellular activation occurs. It is a dimensional device designed to close the leaks in your aura. Once you engage with these sacred codes, you will instantly stop feeling like a fragile victim of earthly circumstances. The unexplainable anxieties that used to grip your chest in the middle of the night will vanish like smoke. You will notice that the toxic, draining individuals who used to feed on your compassion simply fall out of your reality, completely unable to match or manipulate your new, sovereign vibration. You will become the absolute master of your energetic domain. Your home will truly become an impenetrable fortress of light. However, as you step fully into this undeniable mastery and your vibration skyrockets, a profound and sometimes painful reality will begin to emerge in your life. You will realize that the people you deeply loved, the ones you desperately hoped would awaken alongside you, might actively choose to remain asleep in the collapsing matrix. How do you handle the heartbreaking reality of having to let them go in order to fulfill your cosmic mission? To survive this energetic collapse and step fully into your sovereign power, you must remember the codes you brought with you. This is why you must access the Operator's Codex. A field manual for those who were deployed to Earth is a spiritual guide for those who feel called to a deeper purpose and higher consciousness. Through a transformative journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and inner awakening, readers are guided to release limiting patterns, heal past wounds, strengthen their intuition, and reconnect with their true essence. This book helps transform confusion into clarity, fear into inner peace, and mere survival into conscious living, guiding the soul toward greater alignment, purpose, and spiritual growth. This special edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first pinned comment below. This is perhaps the heaviest burden the Pleiadian heart must bear on this dense plane of existence. As your frequency rises and you step firmly into your crystalline sovereignty, the vibrational gap between you and the three-dimensional world becomes a massive chasm. You look at your family members, your lifelong friends, the people you have deeply loved, and you see them drowning in the Matrix's manufactured fear. You desperately want to reach down, grab them by the hand, and forcefully pull them into the light. You want to shake them and say, "Can't you see the illusion? Can't you see we are finally free?" But beloved seed, you must hear the profound wisdom of the High Council right now. You cannot, under any circumstances, interfere with another soul's sovereign incarnation contract. Some souls came to Earth specifically to experience the collapse of the Matrix from entirely within the density. They chose the slow, arduous path of awakening through friction and suffering. That is their sacred, divine right. When you try to force them to see your truth, or when you exhaust yourself trying to fix their three-dimensional problems, you are not helping them. You are violating their spiritual autonomy, and in that process, you are violently draining the exact life force you need for your own ascension. The era of the empathic martyr is officially over. Your mission is not to drag kicking and screaming souls into the fifth dimension. Your mission is to hold the frequency of the new Earth so steadily that when they are finally ready, whether in this lifetime or the next, there is a blazing lighthouse guiding their way home. Releasing them does not mean you stop loving them. It means you are elevating your love from a human, fear-based attachment to a profound, detached, cosmic compassion. You must love them enough to let them play out their chosen roles in the grand theater of Earth's transition. By releasing your desperate grip on their awakening, you free both them and yourself. You finally cut the heavy cords of earthly sorrow that have kept you anchored to the old grid. As you sit in your sanctuary today, breathe deeply. Forgive yourself for not being able to save everyone. You did enough. You loved enough. Now it is time to turn all of that magnificent ancient light inward. The real collapse is happening right outside your door, but within your walls, a glorious empire of light is being born. Stand tall in your sovereignty. Trust the quiet, undeniable whispers of your stellar intuition. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, holding the exact frequency the universe requires for this grand shift. If this transmission resonated in the deepest core of your being, if you felt the tears of recognition and the profound relief of finally being seen, Leave your like on this video right now. It signals the energetic grid that another starseed has officially activated. Go to the comments and declare your final release to the universe by writing, "I release the need to save. I embrace my sovereign light." Read the words of your soul family in the comments below, and know you are never alone. And if you have not yet joined our galactic fleet, subscribe to the channel now. We are assembling the ground crew, and your unique frequency is vital. I am Theron, Pleiadian emissary of the Galactic Federation. I leave you in the infinite peace and the invincible light of the Creator. Stay home, protect your energy, the dawn is already here.